Hey there, positivity champion. Yes, I'm talking to you. Don't scroll away just yet. We all have those days when the alarm clock blares like a foghorn, and we roll out of bed wondering if we can hit snooze on life itself. Sound familiar? Maybe you've read a million motivational quotes on social media, only to feel like they fizzle out by lunchtime. But here's the secret you might be overlooking. True, lasting positivity doesn't come from grand, sweeping transformations overnight. It bubbles up from the small, consistent steps we take every single day. Today, we're going to talk about how to make these tiny changes that add up to a giant wave of positive energy in your life. Sure, the big moments matter. Graduations, promotions, moving to a new city, but it's the in-between moments that truly define who we are. For instance, the way you greet yourself in the mirror each morning, maybe with a wink and a half smile, how you approach that sink full of dishes, whistle while you work, or how you handle that coworker who always hogs the coffee machine. Deep breath, big grin. These little moments, when approached with the right mindset, can snowball into a lifestyle of unstoppable optimism. Ready to dive in? First things first, what is positivity anyway? It's not just about plastering a cheesy grin on your face while ignoring life's challenges, nor is it about chanting affirmations until you float off into outer space. Real positivity is about acknowledging your daily struggles, like juggling deadlines, errands, family obligations, and choosing to respond in a healthier, more optimistic way. Instead of thinking, ugh, my morning commute is torture, you think, this train ride is my mini oasis, let me pop in some music or read something inspiring. See the difference? Being positive doesn't mean you won't feel sadness or frustration. Those are natural human emotions. It means you decide not to let them rule the entire day. Take it from Maya, my old neighbor who used to grumble about the weather every morning. Then one day she started weather gratitude. Each time she saw a cloudy sky, she reminded herself that plants needed the rain, and each time she saw a scorching sun, she rejoiced in free vitamin D. Before you knew it, she was humming show tunes at the bus stop. So, if you catch yourself complaining about small annoyances, flip the script, ask what hidden silver lining you could find. You might be surprised by how fast your day brightens. Now let's talk about perspective, your unique lens on life. Imagine you're a superhero, cape optional but recommended. Each morning you put on special glasses that filter the world. Some people have them set to grumpy default, seeing everything as a hassle, traffic, loud neighbors, the shortage of avocado toast at brunch. But your super glasses can be calibrated to notice opportunities for growth and gratitude. This is where small daily tweaks come into play. For example, if you're prone to hitting the snooze button a dozen times and then rushing out the door, consider waking up just 10 minutes earlier. Not an hour, just 10 minutes. Use that time to stretch, breathe, or scribble a quick gratitude list in a notebook. Sure, it might feel odd at first, but that extra buffer can shift your entire mindset, transforming your morning from manic to mindful. Over time, these tiny changes accumulate. You won't just be that person who's always complaining about traffic or deadlines. You'll be the one who's calm, collected, and, dare I say, enjoying the ride. Because remember, it's not about ignoring life's hurdles, it's about adjusting your viewpoint so you see them as stepping stones instead of roadblocks. Let's dig into the difference between simply getting through the day and actively improving daily life. We all have routines. Wake up, maybe shower, hopefully, work or study, eat, sleep, repeat. It's easy to slip into autopilot, going through the motions without questioning if the motions are serving us. But what if we started evaluating our routines and asking, does this still work for me? Maybe you realize that watching the news right before bed fills you with dread, so you decide to swap that for reading a lighthearted novel, or chatting with a friend about their day. A small shift, but it could drastically improve your sleep quality, and consequently your entire mood the next day. Look at each corner of your life, your relationships, your job, your downtime, and ask if there's one minor tweak you could make today to bring more lightness or efficiency. These small improvements compound over time like a piggy bank collecting pennies. Sure, a single penny doesn't feel like much, but toss in a penny every day, and in a year, you'll have a jar full of change. The same goes for positivity. One small habit per day can, over time, shape an outlook that's genuinely healthier, happier, and more resilient. Now you might be thinking, but my life is kind of chaotic and unpredictable. How can I maintain positivity in such a whirlwind? Good question. Positivity doesn't demand a perfectly curated environment. In fact, it thrives on life's daily quirks and mishaps. Let's say you're someone who's juggling family, work, and maybe a side hustle. Perhaps your child just dropped spaghetti sauce on the couch while your boss is texting you about a late deadline. This is where a dash of humor can work wonders. Instead of spiraling into panic, take a moment to appreciate the absurdity. Kiddo with a mischievous grin, boss with questionable timing. Embrace the laughter, because humor is often our brain's secret weapon against stress. Give yourself permission to find comedic relief in everyday chaos. Cracking a joke or doing a silly dance in the living room can diffuse tension faster than you might think. It's not about making light of serious problems, but rather reminding yourself that you have the power to redirect negative energy. Laughter can create a mental reset, allowing you to approach the situation with a clearer, calmer mindset. In other words, positivity doesn't require perfection, it just requires a willingness to greet imperfection with a wink and a smile. Let's pivot for a moment and talk about those big, lofty lifestyle changes that everyone seems to chase. I'm gonna run a marathon in a month, or I'll become a gourmet chef by next weekend. Ambition is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but it's also easy to get lost in grand plans and forget the power of incremental progress. Think of daily positivity like tending a small garden. You don't plant a seed one day and wake up to a full bloom the next. You water it, give it sunlight, weed out the bad stuff, and watch it grow little by little. Maybe your big goal is to cultivate a healthier body. Instead of abruptly declaring you'll never touch a single French fry again, which sets you up for a painful withdrawal, trust me. Try substituting one meal a day with a healthier option or adding a short walk after dinner. Over time, you'll find these manageable shifts become second nature. The same applies to any big dream or resolution. Rather than fixating on the end result and feeling overwhelmed, focus on the daily micro steps you can actually do. Each small victory fuels your motivation, and before you know it, you're miles ahead of where you started. Next, let's talk structure. No, not the blueprint of a house or how to build a giant Lego castle, but the structure of your day. Positivity thrives when you give it a framework to climb on, like a vine growing around a trellis. Consider setting up a simple morning routine that primes your mind for a better day. That could be 3 minutes of mindfulness, just enough to keep your coffee warm, writing a single sentence in a journal, or doing a quick set of stretches to wake up your body. Give it a try for a week, see how you feel, and then adjust if necessary. Throughout the day, sprinkle in mini breaks. These can be a 60-second dance party, yes, even at your office desk if you're bold enough, or stepping outside to take 5 deep breaths. Closing your laptop for a moment to let your eyes rest. These structured mini breaks act like resets, preventing stress from piling up like unread emails. Finally, wind down your evening with a gratitude recap. Ask yourself, what went well today and why? Maybe you managed to parallel park on the first try or tackled a tough spreadsheet at work. By actively recognizing small wins, you reinforce the mindset that good things do happen every day, even if they're subtle. A big part of sustained positivity is community and connection. Humans are social creatures after all. We thrive when we share our joys, our struggles, and our successes with others. If you're on a journey to improve your lifestyle day by day, don't keep it to yourself. Tell a friend, a family member, or join an online forum where people post daily wins, like cooking a healthy meal or finally clearing out that cluttered closet. By sharing, you create a ripple effect. Your small accomplishment might inspire someone else to try something new, sparking a chain reaction of positivity. Conversely, be open to hearing about other people's struggles or triumphs. Sometimes lending an ear can remind us of our own strengths and areas we'd like to improve. If you catch someone in a slump, a simple, heartfelt, "You've got this," or "I believe in you," can be transformative. Think of positivity as a collaborative project, rather than a solo mission. The more we support each other, the lighter life's burdens become. After all, positivity isn't a finite resource. It multiplies when we share it. So go ahead, send that encouraging text or drop a kind comment. You never know whose day you might turn around. Finally, Let's remember that positivity isn't some distant finish line you'll cross after 30 days of self-improvement. It's an ongoing journey, a mindset that can evolve as you face new challenges and new seasons of life. Each day brings fresh opportunities to grow, laugh, and make choices that shape your future self. Even if you stumble or slip into old habits, that's okay. Look at those moments not as failures, but as lessons. Sometimes the greatest growth happens after a misstep because it forces us to reevaluate and realign our goals. So, dear positivity seeker, the core message is simple. Small steps, taken consistently, create big changes over time. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in one grand gesture. Instead, focus on adding tiny acts of kindness, mindfulness, humor, and gratitude into your daily routine. These mini habits might seem insignificant at first, but trust me, they're laying the foundation for a happier, more resilient you. And the best part, as you shift your outlook, you naturally uplift those around you, creating a ripple effect of optimism that extends far beyond your own life. Keep at it, celebrate the little wins, and remember, real magic happens when you embrace each day as a fresh chance to be just a bit better than yesterday. You've got this.